What you're looking at is a finished version of your project, and there's some steps that we have to get to before we even get to this one. So the first thing that I did was I opened up a template in Photoshop that allowed me to create my album cover on the left and my record art on the right. And I provided these templates to you inside Canvas. So if we go into your class and we go to the assignments list, you're going to notice that there's two different ways you're going to be turning in this project. This is going to be called the final album cover PNG. Eventually what will happen is those PNGs will then go into the mockup, but we're just going to be working on creating this file today. So we're going to open that up. Depending on what you've chosen, you're going to pick the template. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my Photoshop album template. It does not look like anything that makes sense. This is not what it's supposed to look like inside Photoshop, but go ahead and just trust it anyway. Download it, and then you're going to open, and you'll see two white artboards. So this is what I did, and I kind of worked through this already through the photo design video that I provided you, but I want to go into more detail today. I chose inside of my artboard 1, the album cover design, I chose to go ahead and add a background color. So I'm going to come over here. I used a color that was actually provided to me in my images, or I should say my album cover library. And I used my eyedropper to grab that color. And I used my paint bucket to fill in that background color. So I just made a new layer for that inside my first artboard, and I'm ready to build. I'm going to use the images that are inside my library. I'm actually going to work on this one because I'm going to be taking backgrounds away. I'm going to double click on this. And depending on what your picture is, you can choose whichever selection tools work for you. And I want to emphasize this is photo compositing, basically. So you're doing a very similar process that you did when you worked on your surrealism project. We're going to pick this up, find the right tab, and place it down. And I'm going to go ahead and simply start designing. Okay. Luckily my images were pretty easy to select, but if you want to get more technical, you can go up to select and mask and do a little bit more of a refined selection because every picture is different. Transform. And I'm actually going to just hold the Option key down so that I can get a couple different copies, and then come back and click on those flowers individually and transform them. Okay. All right, now for my thumbnail sketches, I liked this design, and I have it on my thumbnail that the name of the album is going to go on the bottom, and then Dolly Parton is actually going to go on top of the photo. You are not doing any type at all in Photoshop. The next video I show you is going to be how to bring this into Illustrator to add that type and put it where you want it before you put it onto your mockup. Okay, so we're not done yet. This actually looks just the way I want it. I'm going to go ahead and actually copy one of these flowers and bring it over and create kind of like a collage. This is the central design to your record. I'm going to try to cover up all that. Okay, I am officially done with my two designs. I am ready to save this as a PSD. I'm not going to on this video because I already have them saved, but I'm going to show you how. You're going to save as, you can save to your Creative Cloud. Make sure that you save it as a PSD, and I would make sure it's there. Once you have saved it as a PSD, you're going to then export as, and make sure that you export both of these artboards as PNG files. They should both be checked off on the menu, and when you go to export, you can export it into your Creative Cloud file so that you can find it later. I'm going to go ahead and cancel only because I have done that process already. Okay, next video I'm going to show you how to bring this into Illustrator and add that beautiful typography that you researched.